shoes here. What's going on, ladies and germs? Welcome to tonight's Tuesday live stream. How is everybody's day going thus far? Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic night, a fantastic day. I'm just taking off my boots right now. My feet are freaking hot, man. I'm burning right now. It has been a pretty eventful day, actually. A lot of things have been going on, not only in the actual front itself for GI, but also on the back end. It's been a lot of things going on, like especially knowing the news that Lancer just dropped earlier today, which, yes, we did know about, and we're going to talk about all that and, of course, more. You guys see the title of the live stream. New developments from LT, which is pretty freaking cool. I was very happy overall, and this has been this has been a great year and a half for Lancer as a whole. Good for them, man. Good for them. You know, they are benefiting from the collaborative projects and the efforts that we've been putting in and our consulting. So I'm glad that they're reaping the benefits as of right now. But yes, man, yeah, I'm very happy for them. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to tonight's stream. Good to see everybody, guys. If you can, do me a favor, make sure to leave this or share this around as many people as possible. Let people know what we got going on tonight. Again, it is a live stream hangout session, man. It is a hangout session, nice, chill, laid back, nothing too crazy. An opportunity to get more entries into this week's live stream giveaway. Every 50 getting you 2 chances of winning, of course. So make sure you don't miss out on that and get those orders in. Only for the time being, of course, for the live stream from when we started at 7:30 till 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure to go and get those orders in, where every $20 order you get gets you entered into the live stream giveaway, but every $50 spent gets you 2 chances. If you guys don't know what the hell I am talking about, I am, of course, referring to the live stream giveaways that happen every single Thursdays, baby. Thursdays only. Tuesday is hangout night. Tuesday is hangout night. I'll leave a link to this live stream, the live stream rules themselves, onto the live chat for everyone to read for themselves. Believe me, there we go. Welcome, man. Welcome, everybody. JJ Moore, what's going on, man? Dude, what is up, man? Good to have you on the stream. I don't normally have you on my streams, man. Welcome, man. I saw you not too long ago, man. It's good to have you on the stream, dog. Warzone, what's happening? J of D, Ruben Moreno, what's up? Grant Talibin, I'm so sorry. What's going on, man? Brewer, what's happening? Joshua Landers, my man, how you doing? Hat, what's going on? Hello, fellow boyfriend. How dare you? I am at least a bacteria. Nah, man, we're ladies and germs here. Nothing but ladies and germs. Cutter, what's going on, man? Good to have you. Happy Ghost Ninja. DHDHJW2VQ. Hello there. Welcome. Welcome, one and all. Warzone, I saw your post the other day, man. That's crazy. I did not know that many of your viewers were located in Iraq. That is insane in the membrane, dude. But you know what? You never know when your fan base is gonna be, dude. Good to be here. Hey, man, that's what's up. Guys, remember, continue sharing this around. Leave a like on the live stream. Share this around as many people as possible. Let people know what we got going on. And, of course, every like you leave on the stream does wonders for the YouTube algorithm, considering that YouTube fucking hates us. So any and all support is greatly appreciated. What up, Ruben? What's up, Ruben? What's going on, man? Hello. Squirrely Nuts, what's going on, man? Good to have you on tonight's stream as well. Yeah, man, we got a good amount of the homies pulling through, man. Good amount of the homies. Hopefully more pull through as well, because it is going to be interesting talking about tonight's topic. You guys see the title of it, New Developments from LT. What I was saying earlier, and again, feel free to go ahead and, during this time frame while we're having this discussion, this talk, feel free to go ahead and put your own input in as well, your own ideas. By all means, I welcome everyone to, this is an open forum. Feel free to put your ideas in. I love to discuss things with all y'all. Act right, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream, man. Early today, man. I love to see it. Darkest of trees, brother. How you doing, man? How you doing? But yeah, man, we were just talking about, and of course this is going to be the discussion for tonight, the new developments from LTs, from Lance Tactical. I have been, can we acknowledge for a second, right? What a ways that LT has come, man. How far have they come, right? Like, look at how much good comes from listening to your customer base, from coming through, like, and actually following through and listening to your followers, your fans, the Airsoft community itself, listening to all of you guys. Like, honestly, all this stuff, you guys, I know it's going to sound like pretty corny as fuck, right? But, like, in all seriousness, you guys should be really congratulating yourselves and patting yourselves all on the backs. Because all you guys right now, that especially, it's very topical for everyone that's actually here watching tonight's stream, all the hardcore members of the Mayo Gang, the guys that listen in on every single live stream and try to partake as much as they possibly can in these discussions, try to be as active as possible on the Discord server, all my mods, all my regular viewers. Honestly, LT, like, literally owes a lot of you guys, too, their thanks, too. Because if it weren't for the effort that you guys put in as well, in addition to us, we're kind of like we are the consultant, right, obviously, for them. And here's the thing, this is not just something exclusive that we've done for Lancer. We've done this for years. Like, that's, like, kind of part of GI's, like, heritage, almost, if you really think back. Like, for all the old heads, we really helped prop up a lot of the brands that needed help, you know, getting their footing in Airsoft when they were brand new, or, you know, just trying to, like, help them develop and grow as a company to really start making some products that people genuinely wanted. We go back, way back when, we did the same thing for Echo 1 way back in the day. Way back in the day, man, for way back in the day. It was that one. It was for Echo 1. We've done it for Crytek way back when we used to have the exclusive rights to carry Crytek. We used to do the same thing for KWA as well. A little bit for Arcturus, too. A little bit for Arcturus when they were getting their footing. I remember me having to go out onto fields for field days, and I would have my little booth, I'd have a little canopy, and I would just be showing off. I'd go to, like, fields like Project N1. Shout out to Gabe and all the guys there. I love what you guys do. You guys are a great play. Honestly, if you guys are in the SoCal area or visiting, if you're looking for an indoor field, my personal recommendation is Project N1. I love the guys there. They do a fantastic job. Keeping it non-toxic, but still very competitive. Like, holy shit, you're going to get your ass beat. But still in a fun way. But I used to go to those fields, and I would have set up a table, and I used to show off, like, a bunch of new products. It was, like, new LT stuff, like Proline series when those were new. All the Arcturus stuff as we were getting, like, the first wave of Arcturus guns, I used to show those off, right? I used to show those off, like, entirely, so people got to, you know, got to see it for themselves, and got to, sometimes I would even plug in a battery to let people know what it sounds like when they get to shoot it. It was cool, man. Like, so that's something that GI has done for a very long time, is help prop up and build up a lot of these name brands and really help them find their footing and for them to be able to go and start making their own way in the community itself. So LT obviously was not necessarily a new kid on the block, but they weren't always the best at being able to listen to what the community always wanted. And that changed, man. That they definitely were feeling it, and they needed to start, all right, we need to really freaking start changing. And so when the Gen 2, you know, came out, that was definitely a step in the right direction, a very big step in the right direction, but they needed more. So that's where we came in, right? MGC4 line, right? That was something that, you know, Lancer OEM, but something we designed, and they seemed to like it. And they saw how well that they were doing to the point we're on Mark 4s now, right? We're making gas blowbacks now, which is crazy. But they wanted to keep doing more. They wanted to keep adding more names under the belt. They wanted to start offering more options that players would actually be excited for. And again, this past year, man, I mean, Lander's weapon system, right? The LWS stuff. We're talking Arc Division. And now, you know, with the freaking Sons of Liberty Gunworks winning the car program, right, and being able to go ahead and put out their Mark 1 series, having that be adopted by SOCOM, Lancer now being able to go ahead and do that partnership and coming out with their own version, Airsoft 1, in gas blowback, AEG, and HPA. Dude, it's fucking crazy. Dude, it's nuts. It's absolutely insane. And I'm glad that they were able to jump on it and take advantage of that opportunity, man. That's freaking cool. But that was something that we that was something that we helped, like, push for LT to jump on. And again, we were the go-betweeners. Like, we were the go-betweeners for this relationship, and it's the start, hopefully, of something new. Oh, new world, right? Like, again, it's cool. And Sons of the Gunworks has been very good to us. They've been very responsive. They've been super chill to talk to, and yeah, so that we're gonna be talking more about it on that special live stream coming on Thursday that Bossman and Boaz are going to be hosting. So stay tuned for that one when it comes through. But yeah, man, like, I'm very glad that this year we've been able to get more and more stuff. But again, none of that would have been possible if it weren't for you guys. So everyone here, we have all of you to thank for all the new products. If it weren't for how vocal you guys are, how awesome and how I would say vocal and This is the best way to describe it. Yeah, like how vocal you guys have been on our Discord server, on Instagram, on these live streams as well. How much you guys like actually will voice your opinion. It's important, man. It's super important to voice. If you guys all collectively agree that we should start carrying a certain product, right? We're gonna do it. How long have people been asking for the VFC AKs, VFC gas like AKs, and we started carrying them now, right? We started carrying them now, which is freaking sick. Which again, you place your order for that right now. That's gonna get you hella entries into the live stream giveaway, so don't miss out. But yeah, man, like you all have y'all selves to thank for all this wonderful work. Obviously, we put in the work to make it happen, but seriously, you guys are the ones that are putting it out there. So yeah, absolutely. What engine will be in the HPA engine Mark 1? The Legion? Honestly, I have no idea, Joshua Landers. In all seriousness, I really have no idea what HPA setup might it be using. I don't remember. I think we might have discussed it a little bit behind the scenes, but I don't remember off the top of my head. So, but I'm sure it's gonna be something. I don't think it's gonna be the Legion. I think it's gonna be something else. But honestly, I can't wait for that to be released either. Because again, it's just cool. It's just another option for people to get excited about. We should start getting MP5s back in rotation. Cryptis 666. We will actually be working on our Mayo Gang MP5 at some point. That is going to be a thing. Like I've said it before. It's going to be a thing. Actually, okay. I'm only saying this right now because we have talked about it in the past, and it just seems like the most likely thing to come out first. The next thing that obviously is going to be coming out is we have our own line of MGC4 gas blowbacks, right? So we have MGC4. We have the gas blowback stuff coming out, the MWS compatible stuff, right? All this. We have all these coming out simultaneously around the same time. The Lance Tactical SLR, which is going to be in the same system. The ADG, the advanced dynamic gas blowback stuff will be coming out, which is pretty fucking awesome. So that's pretty cool. But afterwards, I believe shortly after, Mayo Gang pistol. I can't say. I don't want to spoil it too much. So I'm just letting you guys know now. The pistol is in the works. As far as the naming convention, we are still kind of figuring it out. I don't have any photos to show yet. I don't have anything to show yet. We are still working on the design of the logo and everything behind the scenes. But MG11, I believe, is the name that we're kind of going for. So we can't use the name 2011. We can't use that. So we're trying to incorporate some of the naming convention into it a little bit. So MG11 is so far what we've kind of come up with. It is pretty freaking cool from what I've seen for the mock-up a little bit. But again, I just don't happen to have that on me right now. But yeah, no, that's going to be probably like the next thing that comes out after all the MWS gas blowback stuff. That's probably going to be the very next thing. The logo, yes, the logo is going to be on the grip. The logo is going to be on the grip. It's going to be a different logo, though. It is still going to be part of the Mayo Gang, which that's another thing that we've been working on, too, is we're going to be really trying to hammer home the Mayo Gang as, even though OEM, obviously, by Lancer, or the pistols in this case, OEM by Army Armament, which is awesome. I'm glad that we're sticking with them as an OEM. We are really trying to get the Mayo Gang brand to be its own kind of separate brand in a sense, right? We're still going to be doing, obviously, OEMs for the same guns. That's not changing. But we just want to be able to have like our own special line and really start highlighting those to the point where even the retail packaging will have like GI on it, you know what I mean? Which I think is pretty fucking sick. It'll actually have like GI logo, kind of like what we used to do way back in the day when the dinosaurs were still roaming around during the Airsoft GI G4s and FMG4 lineups were available, you know what I mean? So kind of like really focusing on the GI name as its own brand, so which I'm very excited for. I think we're going to be naming it all like GA Arms, MG Arms, I think was the line that we're going to call it. Mayo Gang, kind of makes sense. Mayo Gang Arms or MG Arms. So I'm very, very excited for when that's going to be a thing, because in the far future, man, or not even really that far, like maybe like what, 1 to 2 years, you're going to see like maybe, obviously you're going to be seeing the gas blowback stuff. You're going to be seeing the AG line still. You're going to be seeing pistols. I'm sure at some point you will see like the MP5, the MG MP11, MP5 or something. I don't know what the frick we're going to call it. I have no idea, right? But we will probably see the Mayo Gang variant of an MP5 at some point too. That is something that, again, we haven't forgotten about. It's just we have to kind of prioritize what'll come first, and I think the pistol is the most doable thing, so we're going to be doing that as well. I'm excited for when that can be a thing, and of course, when it comes out, we'll be showing that off as well. Uh, I think we were also looking at other things that we got MGs, and I think somehow or another we ended up on MGK, and we're like, oh yes, the Machine Gun Kelly. Mayo Gang Spice Rack, a gun for every flavor. Hey, I like that, RPG Love. I like that, dude. I like that, man. Guys, I see we're at 40 congruent viewers. Make sure to keep up the viewer count and keep up those likes. Please and thank you. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. Remember, get those orders in place tonight before 9:30 if you want to get extra entries into this Thursday's live stream giveaway. Because again, every $50 you spend will be getting you 2 entries into this Thursday's live stream giveaway. Don't miss out and get those orders in. Isaias, go with MG CP5. MG, because the C originally in MGC4 stood for carbine, right? So it's like MG CP5. That'd be kind of tough. I think it's easier to say, but what would the C stand for in this iteration if we're talking about like an SMG? MG Mayo Gang clone P5? I don't know. I don't know. Mayo Gang MTW. You know what? If for whatever reason, if the freaking oh my god, what is it fucking called? If the HPA version of the Sons of Liberty Gunworks Mark 1 HPA version come with it, when it does come out, if it comes with an MTW out the box, that's banging. That's banging, man. That's banging. That's pretty fucking sick, dude. That's funny. As many LTs as I have, I don't have a Mayo one for my collection. I may have to cop one. Hey, JJ. You know what to do, man. You know, you just hit Cisco up, man. Hit Cisco up. You know, I'm sure we can make something happen for you. I'm sure it's possible. All right, I'm sure it's possible. Darwin's Arbiter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Victor, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream, dog. Mayo Gang DS11, double stack 11, or DOS 11. You know what? I like DS11 a little bit actually. That's not bad. MG DS11. That's pretty cool. I dig that. I dig that. I think Bossman likes MG11, but again, naming, we're going to figure that out at some point or another. The Mayo double stack sounds like a burger. It kind of does actually sound like a burger with hella mayonnaise on it when we say the Mayo double stack. A double stack of mayonnaise? What the frick? That's a good one, Dartree. Speeds off Mayo Gang High Kappa. I'll ESG that too. Bro, you have a problem. You need to stop ESGing. Stop it. Get some help. MG11 works. I like it. Can't wait. I'm excited about it too. Mayo Gang TTR Crosser wins. Oh, I wish, bro. That would never happen. Fuck no. That'd be cool, but. Scrolling up. Drexen, what's going on? Didn't see you earlier. MGC 25C. The battle rifle variant will eventually happen. Honestly, with the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we just decided, hey, if like the 6.5 Creedmoor takes off, right? If it does really well once we start putting it up for pre-order. I could see the 6, like, we doing, instead of a, like, SR25, specifically, or doing, like, an M110, Mayo Gang variant, or Mayo Gang gun, I could see us doing a 6.5 Creedmoor. Like, I would love if we could do it's literally same thing, same system, right? 6.5 Creedmoor, gas blowback, but Mayo Gang, would be sick. But I'm still waiting for an LMG. I'm still waiting for the LMG. Because honestly, Boaz made that joke and now it's stuck in my head. We'll call it the MGK. Why that? The Machine Gun Kelly. We just start getting MP5s. Carry the TTI Gen 12 has to check on. Okay, that one as well. There we go. So proud to see Lancer bounce back from the Gen 1s and now owning the entire airsoft scene. Here's the thing, there are still plenty of other airsoft manufacturers out there. And that's the thing that too Lancer wants to do. Like, they're not trying to necessarily dominate the field in terms of like they're the only airsoft manufacturer out there. No, I believe it or not, that's not the case. They really have like their mission statement from themselves, right, from the get-go, because we had to help them kind of develop it and really help them focus on what was important. Because again, that's what a lot of our consulting work that we do for Lancer and what we've done for other brands as well. Focus on the community and what they're looking for. Obviously, they're a business. They're gonna make money. Surprise! What do you think? You know what I mean? Of course they want to make. Of course they want your business. But if they really want to succeed, they really had to rework themselves and really start organizing themselves and focusing on what's important. And that, of course, is making products that people want and that don't freaking suck, man. I can't stress that enough. You make a product that doesn't suck, I believe it or not, people are receptive to that. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that their Gen 1s really like sucked, but they definitely could have benefited from really listening to what the community wanted and better QC overall. That's what I'll leave it at that, right, in regards to Gen 1s. But they've improved immensely, really offering stuff that people want, and I'm glad for them. They're reaping the benefits now, you know? And it's good for them that they are just probably one of the better companies that we've worked with in terms of like, hey, we want your advice on this. Hey, we want, you know, what do you guys think about this, right? They're always willing to freaking collab on shit like that, and that's why we keep working with it. Some people will say that, oh yeah, we're just hopping on LTs like dick. Here's the thing. You can think that if you want. I mean, at the end of the day, like, they're actually trying to listen to the community and putting in the effort, so who are we to tell them no? You know what I mean? Who are we to tell them no and don't do that? You know, it's for everyone's benefit, right? If they want to be the ones to carry all these different licenses, go for it. Why not? You know what I mean? It's a free market. We can do what we want, right? You know what I mean? You can sell as you please, you know? So I'm just glad that they're able to go out and, you know, start carrying all this shit that they wanted. By the way, during this time frame, if you guys do have any airsoft related questions, you want to ask me my personal opinions on things or any questions, even if they're not airsoft related, it can be completely off tangent, feel free to go ahead and ask away. Just make sure you put the letter Q in front of your questions to make it a lot easier for me to answer if I can actually see it after. Let's see here. So, hey, Chef Patakage, what's going on, man? Will it make that sound when we shoot it? What sound? I'm finally getting my Segato perfect 11 on Friday. Let's have LTX nonetheless. Nice. You know, Isaias, you know I'd like a Mark 12 308 if that SLR 6.5 is successful. I really want it to be successful. Like shooting the 6.5 as is, like, it's the prototype, right? It was so much fun. It was so freaking cool. But it's a prototype, so we got to limit how much we can use it. I definitely wish I could have had more trigger time with it. I can't really touch it too much right now. I can show it off on video with what I have, but I can't shoot it too much because, again, it's a prototype. There's like one, you know what I mean? So we have to kind of baby it for the time being. So we're kind of holding off on shooting it more, but I have been overall happy with it, and I can't wait for the actual like production models to come out so I can start shooting it off more, letting people know about it, you know? Do you have a VFC rifle under 350? Let me check in right now. Maybe we have something on the discount. Maybe under. That's a tough one, boy. There might be. Let me see here. Let me double check for you. Definitely not gonna get a 416 under that. I can tell you that right now. If you want the OEM to be specifically VFC. Checking. Looks like that is going to be a negative, Ghost Rider. That is a negative. Not under 350 if you're looking for like any rifle specifically from them, unfortunately. VFC is quite expensivo, you know? But anyway, moving on. I was going on a roll lately, and other companies seem to be imitating their methods. Hey, you know what? It's not even like an original idea, right? It's just like the idea of like, hey, what if we listen to what people actually wanted and started going into like things like a Discord server? Let's start going into, you know, our Instagram, right? And start listening to people's comments, seeing what they have to say. Sorry, I'm also eating. Almost choked on a chicken bone. Any ASGI events you can tell us about? Chef, not at the moment. I mean, if we're talking like social media events, then like, yeah, it's gonna be this coming Thursday. Bossman and Boaz are gonna be doing a special live stream, which is gonna be pretty freaking cool. Which you're gonna want to make sure that you are paying attention to, which is gonna be super fun. But as far as like actual airsoft events, none at the moment right now. I know at some point we are gonna be doing a swap meet, but we haven't settled on a date yet. Yeah, we haven't really settled on a date yet. And as far as BB Wars is concerned, no idea. BB Wars will probably be closer to like the summertime, to be honest, because again, that's when kids are probably going to be out of school. It's going to be a lot easier to be able to go and fill up those numbers. I don't normally drink Coke. Woo! It's been a hot minute. Oh, Jesus. Does it? Let's see. Lowest cost VFC. I mean, lowest cost VFC ever. If it doesn't mean a rifle, you could always go with the Glocks. The official licensed Glock. Those are VFC OEM. Do you like mole enchiladas? Bro, I love mole. Bro, mole is the shit. It's Mexican curry, bro. It's Mexican curry. It's so freaking delicious. And having it in an enchilada, awesome, man. Absolute awesomeness. I must agree, LT has come a long way. Yeah, man, 100% agree. Oh my god. Warzone, why are you the way you are? Why can't you just be normal? That's Warzone right there. Literally asking, why can't you just say something nice about a gun you like? And then Warzone goes, I hate this thing. I hate the FAMAS. He sounds like he is literally the Kendrick of Airsoft. He just hates everything, bro. I hate the FAMAS, not just for being French. That would be wrong. I hate it for being the most shitty of all the bullpup. Makes them all look bad when some of them work really hard to not suck. Okay, which bullpup do you like? Which one brings you joy? Or rather, which one don't you hate? What don't you hate, all right? MGBP9. Lowest cost VFC are the ones that are already in the country. Yeah, true. Mole. Dude, I love mole as well. That's right. I had Brewer over for like kind of an impromptu Mayo Gang meetup at my house. And I made mole chicken for everybody. And I try my best to not make it diabolically spicy. Unfortunately, I crank things up. I crank the heat up without even realizing it. Yeah, man. Like, I feel bad. Sometimes I'll cook stuff for my dad. And I'm not even trying to make it spicy. I'll just put like, oh, okay, I'll put like 1, maybe 2 Thai chili peppers in the soup that I'm making, for example. And it tastes fine. Like, I don't feel any of the heat. Even Jess, too, she's got a pretty high spice tolerance as well. She doesn't really feel it either. My mom is like, I don't think she feels it either. And that's where I get it from. But my dad, man, I feel so bad for him. I'm so sorry. He does watch on occasion. So if you are listening, I promise you, I don't intentionally make my shit spicy. I'll do it for flavor, and that's it. But even then, I don't really taste it that much. And then you're over here fucking sweating bullets, like dying. Got into a bit of a debate about LT Gen 4s versus Specnas with the Aether Shell. Suffice it to say, I see the latter having improvements, but not entirely better. Gen 4s have overlooked attention to detail. Okay. Interesting conversation you were having with that one. Mustard? What are you talking about? Mustard! Oh, I catch the reference now. I get it. Scrolling up. I haven't played Airsoft since last summer. Damn, gotta get me some new replicas when these come out. One field where I live is closing this month. Dude, Drexen, yeah, that is terrible, man. Yeah, guys, that is never a good thing whenever a field closes. No, here's the thing, and we've said it before, and I will say this again. If you have the means, obviously, yes, Airsoft, yeah, make us the one-stop shop for all years of goodies, of course, right? But if you ever have the means to do so, even if it's just for like the small things, like BBs, green gas, batteries, chargers, maybe even some accessories if you want to, right? Shop local too. If you can, shop local as well. Support your local Airsoft businesses, whether they're fields or even other competitors. Yeah, I know, Airsoft GI telling you to go in and shop at other places. So we want healthy competition. Here's the thing. Even our most biggest competitors out there in the Airsoft scene, we don't want them to close down. You kidding me? That's not the point. We want healthy competition. We're meant to be rivals, not enemies, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Like, rivals, not enemies. We're all in this same fucking fight together, man. Like, there's no reason why we should all be at each other's throats. There is so many people that exist in the United States alone, right? If we're just talking domestic market, there are so many people in the U.S. There's enough room for everybody. You know what I mean? Realistically, there is. But it's all a matter of, again, our people, is the community there doing what they can to actually support those businesses? And I get it. There are some businesses that, are maybe doing some shady business practices, or maybe, I don't know, they don't do a really good job of maintaining their business, or they're not listening to the community. They're not a good member of the community itself. I could see that, but even then, I don't want them to be shut down. I don't want them to go away. Especially when it's a field. I think it's worse when it's a field, because fields are where people go to play. If there's no field around, where are people supposed to go? I get it that there are going to be like maybe underground fields or like secret fields or people playing on someone's property. You know what I mean? That's kind of where people get their start and starting, you know, their airsoft scene there. But that's an upward battle, man. That's really tough. I'm so sorry, Drexen, that your field is closing, man. I feel really bad, dude. Hopefully, again, maybe someone else picks up the slack and is able to go and start their own field. Maybe you. I don't know. You know, I really hope that Airsoft doesn't die in that area, because that really could be the death of Airsoft in a particular area when there is no place to actually play. Right? So it's a really big problem, and we've had to face that for quite some time now, since like, you know, the early 2020s, right, going into now the mid 2020s. Now we're in 2026, right? Like, that's nothing that we want to wish to anybody. There's any tell us about people as well. Otherwise, Mayo Gang, Ronin, actually KWA on top. I would love to do, like, again, our door is always open, and when KWA wants to collab, if they want to do a partnership with us, like, you know, for a certain platform or something, they know where to go. We are more than happy to do it. Absolutely. We got chicken bone. We have a very open door policy when it comes to being able to collab with other brands and go to making something. If they come up to us and say, hey, you guys want to make an airsoft gun with us? Our answer is probably going to be yeah. I mean, obviously, it has to be beneficial for both parties. You know what I mean? But yeah, it would have to be some pretty strenuous circumstance for us to say no. I mean, it would have to be pretty egregious for us to say no, because we are pretty dang open to like collaborating with pretty much every brand, especially ones that we have a history with. KWA, dude, fuck yeah, we used to push KWA like crazy. Like, we helped KWA as well. You know? Will it rain tomorrow? I'm pretty sure the forecast does call for rain tomorrow. I don't think it's gonna be as bad as like Monday. Monday was pretty bad. Was like really, really bad. But they definitely have made some pretty significant improvements as well. That tactical has worked its way to the top tier. I just worked on a Gen 4 Predator the other day and can see the quality has gotten better. And here's the thing, they're not locked in at what they're currently at either. They are still actively trying to make improvements when needed. Like, and we've known anytime that there was something that we've noticed on LT's behalf, we've told them as well, like, hey, this could be better, we need to improve this, or hey, customers are saying this, we should probably change this at some point, right? Well, it may not be an immediate change per se. It is something that will, with time, yeah, it's definitely going to get better. Like, if we keep having people like, oh, we like this, but we want to improve this, right? We like this, but this, we were, you know, maybe not too happy with this, or X, Y, whatever it may be, right? Like, yeah, 100%. We encourage especially when it comes to, you know, GI shoppers, right? We encourage you guys to be vocal. Obviously not disrespectful, right? Because that's, like, what is that going to do? The minute someone's disrespectful or rude or has an attitude, everything they say at that point honestly just becomes like kind of nullified. It's like, what sort of credibility do you have? Versus, you know, hey, I've had, you know, I'm a tech, I work on this, I've had like guys like Cutter, for example, or Prime Tech, or anyone that works on their airsoft and like, they will tell us shit, and genuinely we will look at it and be like, that's a pretty good idea, right? Maybe not everything can be immediately implemented, because again, we're not the manufacturer, but we will relay that information, absolutely, especially if we get enough people voicing and backing those opinions up, being like, hey, or those, you know, statements up, being like, hey, this objectively could be better, you could do this, right? And if they offer like a solution, for example, like, we bring that up, yeah, it's not a guarantee that will immediately be that solution for that problem, but that's definitely something that if we get to see enough people are agreeing with, yeah, that's something that we look into. Like, it's been for every single MGC4 lineup, we've like taken your guys' opinions into account, and have also tried to implement that into Lancer's designs as well going forward. Right? Like, what are some negative things about the Gen 4s you guys, you know, didn't like? What are some positive things you liked about it? And then you use that to improve continuously. There's no room or no way that a company, especially like Lancer, who has been working around the clock to try to improve their overall their reputation, is going to just lay on their haunches, right? And just like say, okay, that's it, we've done it, we're done now. No, they're gonna continuously try to improve whenever they can. Obviously, their goal is to make things as accessible as possible, because they want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to use these awesome airsoft guns, but they still want to make it competitive. has been on the top this past year. Yeah, they have. Absolutely. Will y'all be making a Mayo build to compete with that Spectre Arms Prime? Things are in the works. I'll say that. Things are in the works. Screwing up. MG 6.5 GBR with 14-inch pro. Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Okay, I like the SBR variants of like a 6.5 and just battle rifles in general, but carbine length, I'm pretty fucking hot, man. They're pretty freaking cool. Carbine length, I'd fuck with that. I'd fuck with that hardcore. I un-ESG'd my high kappa last night. Tank is now on my belt. Oof. This year looking pretty good for new releases as far. It is, man, and there's still more to come. There's still more happening, dude. I'd spring for that Mark 1 MTW. That would be amazing if the Sons of Liberty Gun Works licensed HPA airsoft gun gets released and it's an MTW. I'm telling you, man, that shit is awesome. Which, by the way, you know what's funny? I noticed that there was a pretty huge difference between when I went to AMS not too long ago. There was a pretty huge difference between what the guns that are being used. Obviously, there's some overlap, of course, right? The AR is still king when it comes to airsoft in the U.S. No doubt about it. Especially, and it was very evident at this airsoft event that I went to. But it was interesting to see the amount of guys specifically using HPA. Like it felt like while there aren't as many people that run. There are people that run it for sure. Like HPA at MSW. It felt like everyone that ran HPA in the airsoft scene and that was gonna do a MILS event did this one, if that makes sense. Like, it felt like there were so many guys rocking HPA setups for AMS, which was pretty cool to see. You know what I mean? It's very interesting to see that. So I think it's like pretty fun. It's like, oh yeah, I guess all the guys that would do milsims that, you know, rock HPA, they just go to AMS instead of MSW, which is pretty funny. I saw so many dudes, you know, rocking, you know, whether it be like their own Frankenstein build, you know, using the fusion engines. I've seen a couple guys using their Gen 2 Infernos, right? But MTW specifically, like just full-on MTW guns, there were actually quite a few of them actually at this event, which was pretty tight. I saw a lot of dudes on COS team, Green Team, using them, which was pretty interesting to see. You know what? I'm glad to see that there is still, despite all the negative press that HPA has, you know, gotten over the last couple of years, and that unfortunately still continues to get, I'm glad that there is still a collective of players that still use it. Because as I can tell you, I got thonked pretty hard by a dude rocking like his MTW. He clocked me really good. He clocked me in my like team of 3 or 4 that we had. He got us good, man. He did eventually go down, just sheer numbers, right? He's gonna lose at some point, so he did eventually go down not too long after killing me. But man, he was doing very well, and he called his hits. He was a good player. He was cool to talk to. You know, he was talking about his setup and everything. He rocked, you know, stock MTW. I think he ended up doing like a whole paint job on his gun too, which looked pretty sick. Yeah, no, it looked awesome too, and of course, right, it performed great. It performs awesome. Did you know Marine used Val Kilmer's shooting? Yes, I did know that. I saw that. I think no, the first time I'd heard of that. Believe it or not, cops also use it too, and I know this because my dad, way back in the day, was doing a story specifically on LAPD SWAT, I believe, and I think Metro, and he was saying that, yeah, for like a lot of their, like, whenever they would show like briefings or videos, a lot of the training video they used was that Val Kilmer scene from Heat, which is crazy. Which, if all my younger viewers out there, if you guys haven't seen the movie Heat, I strongly recommend you watch it. In terms of just entertainment wise, it is pretty entertaining when it gets to the action, because I've personally found that, you know, in terms of the overall story, it's nothing crazy. It's still very entertainable and very, you know, it gets to the point of what it's trying to say. But the action sequences, the gunplay in this is really what makes this movie stand out above the rest. If you are either a gun nut, you love airsoft, or you just like seeing really cool guns in cinema, like this is probably a mandatory watch for you. Like seriously, this is a very big mandatory watch. I'd say this and Den of Thieves. Not the second one, the first one. First one I think is awesome. Den of Thieves is amazing. You youngins should learn to fear an old man in a young man's game. That's what I'm saying, man. Corman, what's going on, Corman? When's your next AMS? I'll bring the adult beverages again. When is it? I don't know, actually. I don't know what their schedule is. Everyone's been telling me to do Copperhead in New Mexico. Nate, homie, if you listen, he doesn't watch these streams. If you do happen to be watching this, I am totally down for Copperhead, dude. I am totally down to take a road trip to New Mexico, which would be pretty cool. I don't know when that one takes place. I think it's September, maybe. I think it's September, potentially. I don't know the exact dates. But yeah, no, I would be very much down for that one. And Brewer, all you guys that you got, if you can make it, I would strongly recommend you come with us for that one, because it's actually not hard. It's not, I mean, it's nonstop action, but at the same time, it's not difficult of an event. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're gonna do a Milsim event, as much as I love and still will always prefer MSW events, just from a personal standpoint, Amos was awesome. You know what I mean? It was so cool. It was a different experience, but it was still amazing. Best scene ever. Yeah, no, it is a really, really good scene. Remember the real life version of the Heat scene in LA years back? Are you talking about what is it? The North Hollywood shootout? Dude, no lie, I really want to make a North Hollywood shootout bank robber loadout. Real talk, I really want to do a bank robber loadouts. I don't know, man. They scratch that weird itch in my brain, dude. Copperhead is the first week of September. Okay, so I was right. It is September. Yeah. Ditched my school that day and watched the whole thing. You did? Dude, that's crazy. Dude, if my mom ever found out that I ditched school, bro, she would have beat my ass, dude. You kidding me? Hot take, Den of Thieves 2 sucks. Not a hot take. I didn't, as soon as I saw the trailer for it, I knew it was going to be bad. I was like, man, like, they didn't, that's a movie. I mean, most movies these days don't really need a sequel, right? But I feel like that specifically was like, why? Like, even the trailer didn't do anything positive for that movie. If anything, it made it seem worse. I mean, I know it wasn't good, but it made it seem worse, too. It just felt, like, so cheesy and corny, and I was like, man, this is what it's going to be. That is a movie that did not. You could have stopped at one, and it would have preserved its legacy so much better. It would have held up so much more. But, you know, Hollywood can't help itself. It's got to make a fucking sequel of everything, man. Should come to Iron Horse in July. I'm gonna do that now. Where is Iron Horse? Where's that one taking place? Den of Thieves 2 was pretty shit. Yeah, Warzone. I don't think that's a hot take, bro. I think everyone would agree with you as well. Hell yeah, I'm still a young buck, I guess, at 34. Hey man, Wick the Airsoft, you're only as old as you feel. I'll shoot the Mark 1 full auto just for you. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate. We need to get that as a short. That would make a great short, actually. I would love to see that as a short. Scrolling up. Remember, guys, we do have a live stream giveaway happening this Thursday. So, for everyone watching right now, make sure to go ahead and share this around as much as possible, and let people know that Thursday's giveaway night. If they want to win, they have to make sure that they are watching, getting their orders in as well. This would be the most opportune time to do it during the live stream itself, from 7:30 till 9:30, which is an hour and 17 minutes away until we close out this stream. So make sure that they are watching, getting those orders in now. That way they're not waiting till the very last minute to do so and struggling, right? So yeah, make sure to share this around as much as possible. I saw there was other, and if you do have questions or you want to get, put your input on this whole discussion right now as far as how far LT has come, the fact that, how excited you are for the new freaking SOCOM gun, the Mark 1 Sons of Liberty Gunworks, being made by Lancer Tactical in both AEG, GBB, and HPA. How hyped you are for it, because I am. It's funny to see how, like, over time, this is going to be such a, like, boomer take, or not even take, really. This is going to be, like, such a boomer thing for me to say, but it is funny to see the evolution of, like, the Airsofter. Think about it right now, right? In about, like, 5, maybe 10 years from now. Right, I'm gonna be approaching 40 in 10 years. Jesus Christ, bro. In about 10 years from now, I guarantee you the same level of, like, fervor that you'll see that, like, airsofters have, for, like, the Mark 18, the Block 2. You're gonna start seeing it specifically for the URGI, and also for, like, other current, like, we use the term, like, modern loosely, right? And now, of course, the Mark 1, right? Sons of Liberty Gunworks Mark 1. We're going to start seeing more of those setups more common. And be like, oh, dude, that's such a classic. And then when they say that, I'm going to be like, oh, no. I'm old. I'm old. I'm gonna hear that and just be like, shit, man. I'm unk. I'm unk now, technically, right? But I'm gonna be even more unk in like a couple weeks, and then I'm gonna be even further unk squared by the time I hit 40, man. Oh, it's so freaking funny, dude. But it is funny to see that, like, again, like, we grew up with a certain, like, types of platforms or certain setups, right? And that was like the hotness to go with, right? Whether it would be something like a Scar, Mark 18, Block 2, M4 Riz, right? These were all things that, we looked cool, and that, again, we still look, and they still look cool, and we still try to replicate to this day, but they are considered classics now. But now the new thing is going to be like the Mark 1, right? It's just so funny to think about, like, times have changed, but at the end of the day, it still comes back to like the Mark 18 length and standard carbine. It all, as like Cisco said, it always goes back to carbine length at some point or another. I'm an AG guy, and I'm even switching to the Wraith MTW. Oh, nice. Mayo Russia, because everything in Russia is backwards. If you made an MGC AK equivalent, what would you guys name it? Russian Mayo doesn't count. That's a good... I mean... Mayo Gang... RMG... No, that doesn't work. That's a very good question. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge, Jail Rod, when we end up coming to it. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. You know what I mean? I don't think we're quite there yet. Airsoft is also not for teenagers. Don't be scared to tell your grandpa in an electric wheelchair to roll with you. Hey, man. Like Cutter always says, man. Fear the old man in the young man's game, man. He's still there for a reason. I'll be 58 in March, and I play, and I know older guys than me too. There were, oddly enough, even older dudes, like dudes well in their 60s, playing at AMS, which was really cool to see. If you can walk, you can play Airsoft. Respectful, treat people like you want to be treated. Absolutely. Constructive criticism, not just bashing. Yes, thank you, Zubanel. By the way, what's up, Zubanel? Good to have you on the stream, dog. Yeah, dude, like... I think that's the biggest thing too. Like, immediately, companies. This is not even just like Airsoft. This is everything, every industry ever. Hold on, let me raise this. That's better. In any industry, right? Whether it be like a restaurant, whether it be a manufacturer of, I don't know, freaking toilets, even, right? No matter what it is that you do as a business, if the first thing is like, oh, this thing sucks, is terrible, doesn't do any good, immediately saying that, but not being specific or offering constructive criticism, like, hey, wasn't a huge fan of this because of this. I actually would prefer if it had this. You know what I mean? Like something along those lines. That is immediately more well received than just outright bashing, because outright bashing just immediately gets like, companies will try, us included, will try to find the credibility in it, of course. But if it's like, oh, this thing just sucks, it doesn't work, it does this, or like, like they're not being specific enough or offering like good feedback for it, it's like, what are we supposed to do? What do we got? What are we gonna do with this, right? Like, there's nothing that we can do with this information. You know what I mean? Make it better. Okay, how? What do you mean better? Do you mean like, do you want it to shoot faster? Do you mean, are you having, issues with being able to get an electrical response? Like, what specifically? That's what I mean. You'd be surprised how many people are just super general when it comes to offering criticism or feedback. The only reason I see Airsoft dying is the U.S. outlaws the replicas. Here's the thing, though, Ghosty. The U.S. doesn't outlaw the replicas per se. There's more bureaucracy that maybe needs to be done in order for us to be able to sell certain things. It really does ultimately come down to the community, which I know is not necessarily like pointing fault at one thing, because it's a culmination of different things altogether, right? Times are changing, man. Like, we've been the victim of social media blacklisting and also just like throttling the content itself. Dude, that's been our life story, man. Like, we were one of the first to experience like issues with like live streaming, not being able to show off just guns on stream. Like, that's something that we've had to deal with for like years at this point. It's frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating that we couldn't do that. But we just gotta roll with the times, man. But I think the biggest thing, believe it or not, realistically, is the community itself, is not supporting the local businesses. I mean, I get it, things can get pricey over time, but local businesses still need help. local businesses will always still need help, and if they don't have the support of the community, they will die. And for better or for worse, whether they are a good company or bad company, at the end of the day, if they're not getting the support, it's going to die there, right? I think it's a tricky tightrope with when, maybe the only field you have is like not good or doesn't do a good job to like maintain itself or take care, or any number of those things can cause its own downfall for sure. But ultimately, it is the support of the community that will make or break it. All right, there's plenty of fields that exist out there that are maybe not the best or not the best managed or owned or maintained, but are still getting plenty of customers regularly, and it's like, well, yeah, they're getting the support, they're going to still stick around, I have 3 AEGs and 2 GBB pistols, looking to sell 1 AEG for a new one. Ah, yes, the Airsoft trader, always buying and selling to keep things in rotation. I have 35 now, 11 years since I start. I hope Airsoft don't die. Jew truth, it's not going to die. Here's the thing, Airsoft won't die, because it's still being played, even though it's not as mainstream as, say, like any other hobby, for example. It is changing just the way things are like being played out. Like, we are seeing so many more newer players into the hobby, but none of them are really staying as long as like before in prior years, where you get a lot more lifers or guys sticking with. There's a lot more people. There's a much higher turnover rate, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And we're not refreshing the amount of lifers and longtime players as quickly as before, which is what we're trying to avoid. There'll be 2 fields where I'm at after this month. Oh, okay, sweet. One of our fields down here moved 20 miles north, and they have a ton more land now. Hey, good for them. Airsoft is growing, new fields popping up all the time. Yeah, it depends on the area, too. It really depends on the area where you're at. This is why when I admin, I usually try to ask what people thought of the day and what could go better. Exactly. You got to be able to have that opportunity for constructive feedback. I was at Hollywood Sports Park last week. Hey, nice. For 15 years. It's sad, but hopefully they're able to find a new location. I don't think it had to do with slow business, but I'm not sure 100% it sucks. No, absolutely. We don't want people losing their jobs. That's like fucking terrible, dude. Rogan, yes, locally they charge me $20. Never again, just getting it from GI. Oh, fuck, that sucks, man. I really wish, I get it. Fields got to make money too. They got to make profits too. I completely understand why they would do that. It does suck though, ultimately. It really does. Only buying beats from GI now for the best price. Appreciate Wick the Airsoft. Appreciate it, man. I personally don't really like spicy food, only because it makes my nose runny for no reason. I don't mind the runny nose sometimes. It takes a lot for it to get to that point where I'm like struggling, like, mocos are coming out of my nose like constantly and dripping, like Niagara Falls. It takes a lot to get to that point, but I do get what you're saying. But honestly, it feels good though. You know what I mean? After it feels like my sinuses are all cleared. Okay, so I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, should be all caught up. I'm scrolling down those recent comments and questions. Ugh. Question: I keep ordering this and getting one with the add oil port. I think it's forward tell to help me. What are you talking? What is this? 26005. What is this? What is this Warzone 26005? Oh, okay. Are people only getting one with the add old port? Huh. That is interesting. DM us your last order number. We might be able to help out with that. I'm playing for Life Brother. 1 year in the hobby. Hey, with the Airsoft, 1 year down. The rest of them to go. the rest of your years left on this earth to go, man. No, but that's awesome though, dude. That's awesome that you've been sticking with it for about a year. And if you're a lifer, man, play for life. We're glad to have you. We need more lifers out there. Lifers are like, even though they themselves, after a certain point, may not be spending as much money as, say, like the newbies, right? Because that's sort of like the lifeblood. New players are definitely the lifeblood of Airsoft in regards to sales, right? Because that's who is going to be buying the most and the most regularly, right? As they're buying everything they need to get into it, and then over time they're kind of figuring out their gear, they're figuring out their setup, experimenting with different platforms maybe, and just trying to figure out what works for them gear-wise, gun-wise. At the end of the day, it's the lifers that are continually going to the fields that, the field regulars that keep the business afloat too. Like lifer, I never want the more experienced guys to ever feel like they're being disregarded or ignored. Trust me, that is something we did not ever have, even though we did put a lot of emphasis and focus on trying to get more new players involved. We never ever want to make our more experienced players, our regulars, and a lot of the more old heads in the scene feel like disregarded or forgotten. Fuck no. I mean, that's the reason why we're bringing in, more gas blowback options for you guys too, right? We never want to get to the point where it feels like GI is only for like the beginner airsofter. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, we don't ever want people to feel like they've outgrown GI in terms of the store, right? Like, there's no relevancy that we would have to a more experienced player, right? That's the whole reason why we would bring in gas blowback stuff anyway, to help really continue catering towards the more experienced players that maybe want to change a pace. They don't want like another standard M4 AEG. They want something cool. They want something unique. They want something more immersive. That's the whole reason, man. What's the giveaway this week? John V E6G. It is the typical prize of a YouTube unboxing mystery box, a brand new airsoft gun of their choosing, as long as it's within the budget. Yeah, that's the prize for the live stream giveaway. That's basically the go-to prize for every week. Losing my job in April. Hat, I'm so sorry, dude. That is very unfortunate, dude. I do apologize for that. Also, company moving up north. Oof, I am sorry. Darwin's over. When my local field closed, the community got together and we turned the only paintball field into a paintball/airsoft field. The owner took our direct input to set rules. Now is a much better experience. Darwin, that is like dream scenario right there. I mean, obviously we don't want the local field to close, but in that situation, that is probably the best thing that could happen afterwards, where it's like, okay, a solely paintball field is now starting to cater to airsoft, and because they realize that they don't really know too much about airsoft, I guess, the fact that they were willing to take input directly from that community and their potential clients is such a, and it sounds like obvious, right, like when we say it out loud, but it's such a good idea. It is genuinely a good idea in that sense of, these are going to be, if we want to cater towards our customers, we should ask our customers what they want, what they don't like, what they don't want. You know what I mean? That's such a, like, again, it sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many businesses don't do that. If I slide my knees will give out. Oof, shit, slide. I can barely kneel. Yeah, man, that's why it's so important that knee pads, man. Oh, guys, everyone, I don't care how tough you think you are. Everyone's a badass until they accidentally take a knee and kneel on a BB or like a rock, bruh. Especially if you take it at speed. Oh, dude, my knees are crying right now just thinking about it. I can't even squat without my knees cracking. Bruh. That is rough, buddy. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I know it's going to happen at some point where I'm going to take a knee or I'm like going to bend over and all I hear is just like I'm going to sound like a bionicle. That's a little old. And like, you haven't really rotated the arm a little bit and you do it, it's like, oh, that plastic on plastic. Yeah, kneeling on a bunch of BBs sucks. How about the LT update? Could someone elaborate on it? The LT update. Rando Mortiz Ghost. So, we were talking about LT developments from Lancer and just in general in regards to like the new products that they're carrying earlier, and then of course how far that the brand itself has come. So the biggest, most recent development, if you guys have been keeping up with SOCOM, you guys would know that Sons of Liberty Gun Works, which is originally came up because of their barrels were like revered, and they came out with their Mark 1 AR series, and that won the bid for SOCOM for the car program. And yeah, man, it's good for them. Fucking awesome news for them, considering they're maybe not as, even though they were well known, they were not as big of a company as some of the other competitors in that competition. Right, so very, very awesome for them. And Lancer, through our, connection, through our, I guess, yeah. So essentially, our doctoring, right, of this relationship, we were able to get Lancer to start collabing with Sons of Liberty Gun Works, so they could start making their Mark 1 series rifle into AEG, HPA, and gas blowback, which is pretty fucking cool. When you move and sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies, it's time to walk. Oof, that is rough, man. Rice Krispies is crazy. Shout out to my boy Taylor. I remember once we started working out together because he just got himself like this really, really, like, I mean, man, this thing was in rough shape. He got himself a bench press though, And we're like, you know what? Let's just start fucking lifting, man. Let's just start lifting like crazy. So we're like, sure. So we start lifting and going at it, and it's his turn. I'm spotting him, and all I remember hearing is like it sounded like a toy was like, you know, trying to move, and like, but it didn't have enough WD-40. Like, I was like, damn, dude, like fucking what the hell? You need some oil, man, for them joints. It was rough, man, having to listen to him bench press. Like, I felt so bad. I thought it was gonna break at some point. Okay, now back to hate. No, Warzone, don't give in to the hate. Do not give in to the dark side, man. No. You need to be more positive, man. You need to be more positive. Did we do this? Scrolling up. Answer that one as well. To quote Sam Elliott, Sergeant Major's character in We Were Soldiers, and you call me Grandpa, shoot you myself. I do remember that line. I remember that line very, very well. That was such a cool, like, quote that Mel Gibson's character had said. And then all of a sudden, fucking Sam Elliott follows up, you call me Grandpa, I'll shoot you myself. I was like, bruh. Bring a walker and wear a Texas Ranger outfit. Play as Walker, Texas Ranger. Oh, I get it now. There you go. All guns are badass. You just need more. You just need to mod them to your liking and what you're looking for. I don't even ask what gun people run. I don't even ask what guns people run. I mean, that's true. That's true. You know what I mean? Like any airsoft gun, when people ask what is the coolest airsoft gun, I don't know. What do you think the coolest airsoft gun is, right? It's all dependent on what the person thinks. A person who does, and this is the best example I describe it. A person who is very much into like the World War II recreation scene, right? They're very much into replicating World War II kits, World War II loadouts, or historical stuff. They're gonna look at a modern M4 and just be like, this is gross. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna have no relevancy to them whatsoever. It's not gonna do anything for them. But you give someone who's chasing like the current SOCOM hype or the current Milsim scene, or wants to go ahead and like just like go full hardcore LARPerator, you know, and really try to build out every Gucci like social media popular platform. You give them something like, I don't know, a Sten, a 1903. You give them an MP40, and they're gonna look at you and just think that you murdered their puppy. You know what I mean? You give them that for Christmas, they're gonna like hate you. So, you know, it really just depends on who you're asking. If you like something, go for it. We can give our recommendations of what we think you should get for your first airsoft guns, you know what I mean, depending on which category really. But at the end of the day, it's your money and you can spend it however you see fit. It's, you know, you earn that money, you earn that paycheck, you spend it how you like. One of those cool things to come this year. We just need to keep growing airsoft. Absolutely, that's 100%. Hit the nail on the head. Welcome to the 50+ club, Air Brewer. It's going to carry the lower frame sets. As far as the lower frame sets, possibly. I mean, Bossman said himself, he didn't order the fun colors. He might now. For the OD green. Here's the thing. I like OD green as a color. I want more OD green guns to exist out there. Who was it that I don't know which one. I remember seeing this photo and it was supposed to be like this green, like straight up green, OD green 2011 out there, and I was like, man, that actually looks fucking awesome, right? Like I would love to see more OD green stuff out there, or foliage green. If you guys remember like the old Magpul MOE furniture like in foliage green, I've seen a few setups with ARs set up with those with that furniture. Even though it's old, that shit looks clean as fuck, dude. It looks hella clean. But maybe in the future act, right, if we get enough people ask for it, yeah, I think it would really help really draw more attention towards the Basilisk. Because I like the if you guys didn't know, here, it's on new products. Well, you know what? We'll show off the new products again. Oh, yeah. Double Trouble. Back, baby. Make sure to not miss out on that. More magazines. Yeah, the Basilisk BSK43. This looks cool as fuck. Takes the standard TM, or I believe it's supposed to be the standard TM spec G series Glonk magazines. So very cool. They're on a pre-order status right now. I gotta be honest, this is one of the comfiest pistols I've ever held. It's comfy, bro. In traditional Kazuna Works fashion, they have some of the most comfortably designed pistols ever. They just feel so good. I can't describe it. They just feel awesome. So this is really nice that you have this. So they are on a pre-order if you want to go check them out. Actually, check out all the new products on our new products page here. I'll go ahead and link it as well. Yes. Yes, there we go. Control V. Age doesn't scare me. I'll be in my 70s sniping, like, the end. Ooh, the end from fucking MGS3. Oh, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. You're gonna have a parrot on your shoulder as well. Dude, that's hilarious. HK 416 are classic now. Dude, they are classic. They are indeed classic now. Be 50 in March. Damn, half a century. Yeah, dude, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I have kids at the field. I admin at call me Unk, dude. Yeah, no one's called me Unk yet. I know it's gonna happen at some point. Happy Ghost Ninja, I think, is the only one that you've called me Unk thus far. Sue the government for cancer, and here's I bought 7 and it keeps dropping my high cap magazine when I sprint it. It's just I did tighten it down as much as I could. Okay, what is this? 73152. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. And it keeps dropping my high kappa magazine. Okay, so it's the pistol mag portion. When I sprinted, any suggestions? I did tighten it down as much as I could. The only other thing that I could possibly think of, take some EVA foam. Some pretty thin one, and maybe start start gluing it maybe on the inside of the magazine, so that way it basically works as a spacer, so it holds it in place maybe even more. That would probably be your best bet for something like this. If it's already tight and it's still like kind of coming out a little bit, you basically just want to try to find something to like kind of work as like another buffer to like kind of help tighten it down and clamp it even more. So maybe something like foam of some kind would probably. You could also try cardboard too. That'd be another thing you could try. That would probably be like the easiest fixes or solutions to those as I can think of. Airsoft GI really helped me and took care of me. Thank you, Cisco. No worries, man. I'll let Cisco know that he took care of you, man. JRM E94. Glad to know that our boys are always willing to help us out. I love your. Oh yeah, that suppressor. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. That's. I don't know what you're talking about though. I don't know what you're talking about. You miss on my hate venting. Please don't miss out on my words of wisdom, bruh. Thank you guys for taking. No worries, man. Imagine you tag Airsoft in a real gun. Sure, bruh. Supposed to. They'll shoot the Mark 1 full auto just for you. Okay, there's this. 666 as well. Oh, screwing up. Okay, yeah, answer that one as well. Answer that one as well. Okay, yeah, should be all caught up on all the comments. Already scrolling down the most recent comments and questions. How do I find that S6.5 hat? It's not on the website yet. It will be added to the site for pre-order soon. It's not there quite yet. But when it does drop, it'll show up on the new products page. But it's just not quite there yet. I hydro dipped a Stoner 96 modern with pot leaf camouflage, but I didn't like it. May try again someday. With pot leaves? Bruh. That's crazy, because it's a Stoner too. That's hilarious, dude. That is the real Stoner right there. Scrolling up. Can I put different high cap slides on that? Forest green, like that custom Archon I had. High Kappa Glock do be tempting. Yeah, man. High Kappa, what is it? The High Glocka do be tempting. Forest green, like that custom Archon I had. Dude, forest green, beautiful color. Beautiful color. Yeah, I have a foliage green M4A1. I love foliage green setups, dude. Foliage green, Ranger green, OD green, like, dude, all the shades of green, dude, on a gun look amazing. I love those. I hate the MAC-10. Okay. All right, Warzone. I feel like this is just listening to Grandpa just go on schizo rants again. I hate the MAC-10 11. Wannabe Uzi, call it Mac Jam-O-Matic. Okay. This feels like something that an old CIA dude from like the 70s would be going on a rant about. You know what I mean? I like to go. Have you played BO6 Season 2? Have not, Maglock. I haven't had any time really for video games. I've been planning my wedding. Dude, it's gotten like, we're signing like the final contract, dude, for the date and everything. We're locking it in. Like, it feels... I mean, I've been waiting for this for like pretty much ever since I got to know Jazz, my fiance. So I'm super excited for this wedding. Like, I'm so pumped for it to happen already. Like, we're literally about to put the deposit in too, which is pretty freaking, you know, exciting as well. Order the Arcturus Saber URGI 116 FE Special Edition Airsoft Rival to enter the giveaway. Hey, that's what's up. Hey, you ordered that right now. That gets you hella entries into this week's live stream game if you ordered it right now. You know, hell yeah, dude. Awesome. I appreciate the order, dude. Again, every order you guys place directly supports the channel. So if you want to continue having these live streams going, make sure to get those orders in and sharing this word around for the live streams. 30 plus free DLC downloads. Bad knees, shoulder pain, and stiffs. Hey, it's not a glitch. It's a feature, man. It's a feature. When you move and sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies, it's yeah. That's done as well. Okay, yeah, should be all caught up on all of those. All the green. Okay, give me 1 second. I unfortunately am feeling the rumblies in my tumbly. I gotta go to the bathroom. Hold on. Just give me a second. I gotta take a poopy. I don't know. Holy crap. I gotta go. I will be right back. I'll still be on the chat. I gotta go. Holy shit. Hold on. Let me just rotate that way. Yeah. I'll be right back. Oh my god. Oh, sorry about that. Oh man, I don't know what happened. I just needed to go. Oh man. I feel better. It wasn't even like a crazy like amount either. It was just like, I don't know, you just get those random ones in the middle of the day where it's like, I just gotta go all of a sudden. I don't know what happened. But you know what? I do feel better. I do feel a lot better. Time. Okay, what? How long? Because I know you motherfuckers had a stop. One of you was starting a stopwatch. 5 minutes and 37 seconds. 5.5 minutes, basically. Damn. You know what? It wasn't that long. I hate this gun. So okay. I hate this gun so much. I hope for world peace so that I can leave active service. I would give up freedom and embrace the new world order before picking up arms to fight if this gun was my only option. What is that? He's got so much. Making it never happen would be my first of 3 wishes if I found a magic genie. What the fuck? I want some pizza. Honestly, pizza does sound pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie. That's how you pick out exactly. Okay, so I did. There's no place else more. You know, every gun you hate and why? What's pizza? Pizza does sound pretty good actually. Boneless pizza? What the frick? Bones in my pizza? Take them shits out, bro. I don't want them in my pizza. You want gluten free? No, take that shit out of my bread, Holmes. How you guys like the cool form? Quad bucking? I bought some and did not like them. Haven't had too much experience with them, to be honest. Ackroyd, call me before I go to sleep. Could have optimized if you went 1 and 2 at the same time. I did actually. I did go number 1 as well. Bone-in pizza is good. What the fuck kind of pizza? Where are you getting your pizza from, bruh? What kind of pizza? Where are you going where they offer bones? What kind of animal is a pizza animal, bro? That's insane. It's going up. It's going up. So make sure there's anything. That as well. Message deliver urgent papers. Oh, that's crazy. Blame the chicken? Nah. Tell them the stream poop. That's disgusting. That's disgusting, man. Yeah, shitter stream. 10 out of 10. That's disgusting, bro. What is wrong with you? I am in the over 50 club. I'm 57 and still love the hobby. Hey, man, that's gonna be me. Red Weapons Development Lab. That is 100% gonna be me. I'm gonna be in like my 80s. And still fucking playing. You know what I mean? The retirement center is gonna be so freaking like over taking care of me because they'll be like, where did Isaias go? Oh, he left his care. He snuck out to the airsoft field again. You know, I 100% that's gonna be me. Call me before I go to sleep. When you going to sleep though? I hydrated to stoner 96. Okay, how do I find the sources? Can I put a different high caps on that? Can I put different high caps on that? No. How about no? It's going up. Make sure there's anything. Let's see. The AUG is neat. Honestly, I actually do like the AUG. Believe it or not, shout out to the homie Nate. He when he pulled through for AMS, you know what he was using? He was using a JG AUG A3. That is right. He was using an AUG. He had what ETU did he have installed in there? He had some work done to it as well. He had it pre-upgraded a couple years ago, and it worked great. I actually got some trigger time behind it as well. We were behind this one corner of a household, and we were trying to move up, but obviously our position was kind of pinned. So I had to keep down suppressive fire. He tried to advance up and immediately got taken out. He was immediately taken down, right? Just absolutely schwacked. So he's down. Right, so I literally have to, like, by the carry handle, drag his ass over. That's when I would realize, man, it is a good thing that I work out. Like, because this man weighed basically nothing to me. I was able to, with one hand, no problem, and continuously fire, well, you know, lay down the hate a little bit to try to cover my movement. I pulled him to safety. While he was being revived, I was running low on ammo, so instead of having to reload, I literally grabbed it. I need to borrow this. Grabbed his AUG and started, like, just absolutely dumping rounds. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. It actually shot very well. Here's the thing. AUGs, it's a standard V3. It's a V3, guys. It's easy. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? If I can put it together, anyone can put it together, man. You know what I mean? I am terrible. I can troubleshoot like nobody's business. And I'm usually right when it comes to my prediction. I don't know how, but I just get really lucky with my predictions and what I figure is wrong with the gun. But like teching wise, like actually doing the work itself, I'm so slow when it comes to teching my stuff. That's why I usually prefer it when an actual tech does it for me. But I'll be honest, man, the AUGs, not that bad. Not that freaking bad, man. And you know what? I'm like convinced that I must have tagged at least 1 to 2 guys when I was using the AUG 2, just because the motherfuckers are hiding in the bushes, man. It felt like Vietnam. I'm like, the fucking bushes are like speaking, dude. Like, it was crazy. But I'm pretty sure I got like at least 1 to 2 dudes in like the 3 minutes that I had his AUG in my arms. You know what? It kind of inspired me too to be like, what if I got one too? what if I just decided to say fuck it and just like went full craze and decided to full send it on the AUG and just start upgrading the absolute snot out of it. You know what I mean? How far can I push this thing? Scrolling down. I'm going. Is that more looks here? It's because is that more clear? It's because I'm going through the questions. Can I read? You know what? Now I'm tempted not to call you because of those comments. No, how about that, man? How about that? I'll go ahead and give you a call here. Hopefully you're still awake, old man. Which one are you? I'm pretty sure it's this one. It's called having patience, boss man. Learn it. There we go. We're gonna do that. Pause this. And hold up. Wait a minute. Are we back? We're back. Hold up. Wait a minute. Are we back? We're back. Call used all the McDonald's bandwidth. Okay, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try one more time. We're back. I think I don't know how. I think it was there's some. Hello.
Yeah, 5 a.m. flight to catch.
Yep.
That's why I'm sleeping early.
Gotcha. So you're on now.
Man, from now on, I will give you exact directions.
I'm going through the comments and questions, man. I gotta be thorough. That's the things I get complimented on about my streams. But now you're on. The call is yours. The floor is yours, by all means.
I already lost train on my dot. Trying to get you to respond. But anyways, so we're going down to San Antonio meeting the Suns people. You know.
Sons of Liberty Gunworks, guys.
All this happening are because the Mayo Gangs. Is because everyone's support is because this is what everyone tried to look for. What exactly is the next thing that people may want to carry on the field? Okay, so this is actually a win for everyone. Everyone in the Mayo Gang, including Isaiah, including everyone in the chat.
No, absolutely. If we didn't have the as vocal of a community, guys that were willing to like, you know, really voice their opinions and really get people to literally voice what it is that they want in Airsoft, like we wouldn't be able to do things like this, be able to go ahead and garner partnerships like this.
Yeah, I think more cool things are coming. So just the tie. And what I need you guys' help is we got to continue to grow Airsoft so we can actually get more cool stuff. Getting this one isn't easy because most of, I guess, legacy brands are already taken. And this is kind of like the last frontier. And we actually tried it last year. We were so close, and something fell through at the last second. This time we got it done. You know, it was really hard work. I mean, a lot of sleepless night, chatting and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, that's behind the scenes stuff. What I wanted to tell everyone is, yeah, this is going to be a really cool project that we will be taking on. I think the AEG is going to be, you know, Gen 4 internals with brushless motor.
Yeah, that's going to be sick.
Dude, by the way, that rail is super hard to do.
You were telling us, yeah.
It's not easy.
I'm glad that we were able to go ahead and still do it though. That we still have the capabilities to make it. It's just
Well,
difficult, I
not us
suppose.
doing it. We're forcing the factory to do it.
Get this shit right.
Yeah. So a lot of people are asking about how about the NWS? The M going to be 100% Token Marie compatible. The magazine is only how much we pre-ordering it for? Like $48.
Yeah, 48, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be the ADG system, which is going to be all steel, which is going to be it will come with the TDC hop-up. You know, that's already a win.
Yeah.
And trust me, it's going to... Now, people are asking... No, we're talking about the Sons of Liberty MK1, which is the newest carbine that Dev Group people, Dev Group guys, Delta, whatever,
SOCOM.
you know, the elite people in the SOCON going to be using. Okay, this is pretty much okay. Let's kind of bring back the history. You remember the 733, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say this is as like iconic as 733, iconic as your GI, stuff like that. Believe it or not, M4, Novisky M4, and HK416s. They were not picked by SOCON. Those were just SMU, meaning it's a special manufacturing units. Mm-hmm. And they weren't really, it didn't get populated big enough, except the 416. Okay, they bought it to just have Delta or SEALs to try it out, I think. I got all this from AI.
AI did all that research. But no, yeah, like you're right. Like the
you kind of have to do the research to figure out if this gun is worth it or not. So the MK1 actually beat a gang of people's gun, like Daniel Defense, FN, LMT, Novisky, and all that. It didn't even fail once during all this tests for like the last 2 years.
One could say it was a near perfect score.
Yeah. Hopefully the airsoft is going to be like that. You know, hopefully. But airsoft is not real firearms.
Yeah, there is a big difference, yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's not the Mayo Gang new AEG, but we do have a new Mayo Gang MK4 coming up. And we are going to bring the MK4 in the Gen 3 form, too. For $239, polymer body, comes with lithium-ion battery and charger, and brushless motor.
Yeah, it's going to be freaking hot. But even though the Mark 1 is not going to be a Mayo Gang gun, it is still important that, of course, the airsoft scene do support the release of this new project. If you guys like seeing cool collabs between, you know, real steel manufacturers and, of course, like airsoft companies making replicas of that, and you want to see more of this sort of stuff, yeah, it's super important that we go ahead and support it and share it around as much as possible, letting people know, hey, if you guys like doing the Milsim kits and you guys want the latest and greatest, this is going to be the next big thing that you're going to want to hop on.
We're testing, I think we're settling around 27K. Is that good enough for you?
I mean, 27K are like that for me. That would be that's dope. Like, what are the RPMs? I mean, I wouldn't have it on me, so I don't know what the exact number would be.
No, I already told him 27K.
That's the actual like no. I think he's asking like, you know, what would be the actual like RPS like specifically for it at that point. Like, is it exactly that?
Well, it really depends on how you fix up the gun.
Yeah, that's what he's asking, I think. Like, with its current setup, like, what do you think it's going to be like going about?
You want 50K? Get out of here.
What the fuck? Happy Ghost Ninja also like HPA.
Say you wanted to shoot 5.56 and you know people don't cheat.
No, this is the kid that like HPA taps his Saiga and then uses it in like Tac City and like CQB. This guy's unethical.
No, we're not looking at that. We're 27K will give you a pretty good trigger response, because this gun is going to be mainly for outdoor, and since most fields are semi only now, you want a quick trigger response, but you don't want it to be so crazy that people think you're unethical.
Yeah, and even Wick the Airsoft said it too.
That's why I like GBBR. And believe me, we are doing. I mean, now you guys know the SOCOM Suns MK1. We will have a GBBR, which is going to be NWS full compatible. Also, the HPA model, and we are contemplating how we can build this HPA. There's several projects that we may or may not do, but after visiting Sons of Liberty, I'm going to IWA show for more meetings. So hopefully I can give you guys even more good news afterward. You know, Airsoft GI is all about transparency, and we're part of the community. I want you guys to know this, because we're not just here to throw, oh, I got this license, I'm going to give it to APS and make the Daniel Defense guns. Or F1 and give to Demolition Ranch, so a bunch of fucking people get shitty ass guns and never come back to Airsoft again.
Yeah, not a good business plan. Not a good business plan.
No, it is a great business plan.
We want more people to stick with Airsoft and spend more money. That's how you get rid of your player base.
Well, unfortunately, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're not like that. We're trying to find like the best products that players will like and players will support. Players can get behind it, and that's the whole point.
Yep.
All right, till on, instead of 50K, I'll give him 100K.
100K?
Yeah, 100K real gun. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right, man.
100K. 100K, okay, on. Okay. So, other people were asking, man, it's not an M4. It is, but this one is somewhat iconic because it's picked by SOCOM. It's not like, well, let me put it this way. SOR is cool. SOR is really dope because it's unique. It doesn't look like anything else, like for their B15 receiver per se and their SD rails, right? But that's kind of like how I call it the Kim Kardashians. You know, it has the tits and the butt, and it looks cool and looks fine as fuck, right? But majority of people may like the classic beauty, which I think MK1 is somewhat of a classic beauty. Do you agree with that?
I suppose, yeah. If we're bringing in like those terms, like, yeah, I would. It's for different tastes, literally different strokes for different folks. What On says, he says 99K, so ATF doesn't take it. Wow, not 100K. No, that's too much. 99K, that's what he's. Acratic says this won the SOCOM ticket. That's fucking huge. I'm waiting for the pre-orders link. Hopefully soon. Hopefully very, very soon.
Oh shit! We just signed it at like 2 weeks after SHOT Show. Come on, man. And there are more cool things to come with that. No, this one's gonna be. I mean, okay, Spectre Arms Prime and Lancer Gen 4. They are from the same manufacturer, so I'm not gonna talk shit about it. But this time you're getting a dope ass body, dope ass rail, a gun that, you know, Dev Groove's gonna be using. It comes with the gate aster instead of the HAL. The HAL is similar to the Nebula too. I'm gonna say that cousins.
Yeah.
Okay. So gate aster with brushless motor, 16:1. TD. Well, I'm contemplating whether or not to use the new TTC hop-up or the CNC hop-up. Because CNC hop-up, sometimes it's picky on the magazine. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'll let you guys know another thing. We are looking at different system in the GBBR. So hang tight. For those other system lovers, definitely not Western artists, but you guys can kind of get my drift, which one we're kind of leaning toward. You're not going to be able to get it in United States, unfortunately, but for our European or Asia brothers, you'll be able to enjoy it. Yeah. Is that blunt enough, or people can get it?
I think people can get it. I think people will understand it.
Okay. No DSG on the MK1.
No.
Kind of crazy.
What the fuck?
No.
That's fucking crazy.
But yeah, it will not have a Springer version. What? Unfortunately. What? Yeah. Or okay. LPEC. I don't think you will see an MK1 LPEC on the field.
No.
We will have many different colorways. Suns is funny too. I mean, the owner Mike likes to test out many different colorways, like marine beach frog skin.
Yeah, the frog skin look cool.
Crazy colors. So yeah, we'll come up with different models that has it.
I'm very much looking forward to when the pre-orders will be listed live, and hopefully we can get those other colorways as well. So hang tight, everybody. Those will just be on the lookout on the new products page. Trust me, when they drop, I am posting that shit all over. It's going to be on Instagram, every platform, Discord especially. You'll know. You guys will know.
Yeah, man, but support the SLR too, guys.
Yeah.
Another news, BG Defense Type A rifle, the Gen 4 is coming out. They go for 310, around 310.
That's pretty good.
That's a good price. Yeah, it's Gen 4.
For Gen 4, absolutely. So, and it's licensed, yeah.
BG, don't sleep on Type A rifle. They're coming up.
Oh yeah.
They can be the next Novisky. They can be the next Suns. Okay, they're coming up. I know a lot of people want to get their L119A2 the Type A model ones. So that's cool. So yeah, there are a bunch of guns, and then the new license that we signed, you'll see some cool pistols. I already showed Cisco already. It's dope. But man, like there's so many projects. I'm just afraid you guys need like 2 credit cards.
The minute we started dropping more and more new products, dude, the comments in the Discord section were going crazy. People were getting angry, like, motherfuckers, I've been trying to save. Why are you doing this to me? Like, hey, man, we just want to give you guys cool shit. That's all we want to do. We're not trying to intentionally make you guys go into debt.
Nah, just keep pushing and grow the hobby, and we can get more cool stuff. So I'm gonna sum it up this, okay? If we can grow, we can go back to around 2010 level. Think about this: all the pre-existing cool guns will come back. The Galeos, the 6551, 552, 553. You know, the UMP and P90s, and you may have many different, whatevers. I'm just saying, guys. When's the last time you see someone import a M14 EBR GBBR?
Yeah,
not recently, right?
Not recently.
If we can keep growing the market, the hobby, it's possible. It's possible that people will bring it back. The mold's already done. It's just every time you start something new, it does require MOQ. That means we need more people buying this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It needs the support.
Yeah, you guys want cool stuff. It just need you got a generational debt. Yeah, same thing as America.
We all got it, man.
get your son's social security and get credit cards and just start spending it, and his grandchild's and all that kind of stuff. Just do it.
Brewer, shit, can we get a Galil? I mean, again, it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys.
It's really up to the community, really. If you guys think back, we asked plenty of questions about. I always beat around the bush on asking questions like, "Do you guys like, spec op guns, or what do you guys think about the next SOCON guns, or questions like that?"
Yeah.
There are reasons behind it, and we'll look at what people want and what people like to be in their AEGs. That's what we try to put it in there. And same thing with GBBR. So bottom line is let's grow this sport this year, and we can have more cool stuff.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yeah, go get some sleep. You got to wake up early in the morning.
All right, have a good night, everyone.
All right, you too, man.
Bye.
Take it easy. All right, there you go. Boss man with more words of wisdom and insight for things to come. I'm very excited. Oh, God, the volume's so loud on my end. That's better. That feels way better. All right, guys, we got 17 minutes left before we close out tonight's live stream. If you do have any more Airsoft-related questions or just want to bullshit and ask some random-ass off-topic questions, by all means, feel free to go ahead and ask away. Put the letter Q in front of your question. Make it a lot easier for me to spot and identify. Selling all my shoes for these, bruh. That's hilarious. Okay, next thing LT has to do. Make green gas cheaper. They kind of already did. $12 for the 12 kg or $11 for the 12 kg cans that they used to have. They sold out. They are completely sold out, which is hilarious. That just shows to show how popular they were. They were kind of already doing it. Yeah. It was 11 actually. I believe it was 11, boss man. It was like $11. Oh, what's this? Ooh, the AUG. Ooh, I want to show. This looks cool. This actually looks pretty fucking. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, baby. Let's go. That's awesome, dude. That is sick as hell. AFG, I approve. The classic AFG design is my favorite. Paint job is very interesting. I don't hate this, actually. I do not hate this. It is a little rough, but I mean, it looks cool, though, still. I feel like it lends itself pretty well to the AUG. Again, I approve. Warzone, I think this is bussin'. I think that is absolutely freaking banging, dude. That's really cool. We have 3% inflation year over. Green gas is basically the same cost. Would LT collab with LMT Defense? Those rifles are slick. I think they would be more than willing to. It's just, will LMT do it? You know what I mean? Will they do it? AUG tie-dye? AUG tie-dye, dude. Yeah, just start tie-dyeing all, like, the same way you used to for, like, your t-shirts and shit. Back in the day, you gotta do that for airsoft guns now. Now, I was going to get somewhere like 20-25 green gas bottle. Damn! It's expensive to make. The AUG was painted. Oh, okay. It's cheaper. Make it green gas cheaper. Make it HPA GBR. Eventually, the price will even out. Can LT make an internal HPA GBR rifle one day? Make an internal HPA GBR rifle one day. I know they had their own HPA line as well that they had, like they developed in-house. There was the Legion, but I think they wanted to make improvements on that. Cheaper. It's like even cheaper. Indoor, no, let me use the stinky gas. Good. Don't use the stinky gas, man. Hey, GBBR just requires that little bit of extra funds. You know what I mean? It's not a cheap system. It's a flex. Flex and drip cost money, bro. It costs money to be drippy. But yeah, answer like to like, can we get a little deal? It is possible to get these platforms back in circulation. It just depends. Again, like obviously the more support that a company gets, the more likely they are to do things that you guys like want, right? Especially if they get more voices behind it. Like if we can get all these like platforms, these licenses, and these new products to take off, then yeah, absolutely, we'd have a little bit more. Be like, you know what, this line was successful. We could probably go ahead and do this, you know, maybe in a slightly different, right? Slightly different platform. Let's say like the 6.5, for example, right? Say the 6.5 takes off. It's like sick. 6.5 did well. All right, people seem to like things outside of the regular AR. There is a market for it. Let's keep doing it. Or like with the VFC FAL, the magazines all sold out, which awesome. Appreciate you guys that order them. But you know, the gun sells out. It's like, all right, sweet. If the gun moves, then that means we can continue bringing them in. We can order more, and they will keep moving. So this is gonna be, you know what I mean? Like it keeps going down. The snowball is starting to move. It's starting to pick up a little bit of pace, but we got to keep it going, and it cannot stop. It has to keep going. So if we're like, all right, well, FALs are doing well. What if, I don't know, people seem to like the battle rifle stuff. What if we did a G3? It'd be kind of interesting. I'm just throwing a random thing out there. What if we did a G3? All right, fuck. G3s are doing very well right now. This G3 is doing numbers. It's doing numbers, right? Let's maybe do something else, right? Maybe let's do, I don't know, insert a random platform here, right? And then that does well. And it's like, okay, well, shit, now we can start experimenting more. You know what I mean? It's all dependent on the community support. It really, really is. Have y'all heard about the Ultra Force gas? Not. I personally have never heard of that, actually. Yeah, it makes sense. I ain't making it, and I'm sure it's more niche than I believe. Yeah. And since it's unique, but still M4 to keep the normalies happy. Make XCR great again. XCRs were cool, I will say. 6.7 is doing well. Oh, man. Jesus Christ, bro. How do you feel about the XM8? XM8 is crazy, dude. The XM8? How do I feel about the XM8? I mean, I definitely think it is iconic for sure, like in terms of just the way it looked. But I don't know if it would do well. I'm gonna be real. I don't know. That's a lot of trial just to just bring out a damn Galil, though. Yeah, I mean, true, it is, but you got to remember, they had them, and people were not buying them. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, Warzone. I know you hate. You know what? I just assume you hate everything. I assume you hate fun as well. Enjoyment, smiling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't like those either. Dude, we had to do a giveaway. We had to give away new Bison as boneyard guns. No one wanted them. That's what I mean. All these other like random platforms, like nobody fucking wanted them. But now they're starting to come back now. It's not a real gun. Wake up. That's funny. It's not a real gun. It is real, bro. It is real. I guess it depends on what 1-to-1 is, but I know a few dudes really want the trades on them. That's the tricky part. That's the tricky part. Make sure everything's saying. Keeps going up. Awesome. It should be all caught up on all of these. Yeah, should be all good. We got 10 minutes left. Don't miss out. Get those orders in. Any $20 that you spend obviously gets you in normally, but every $50 you spend gets you 2 entries. So don't miss out. Place those orders now while you can. Increase your odds now before it's too late. Answer that as well. Yeah, should be all very hard to save as a Mayo Gang member. It is very true, which is why we encourage Mayo Gang members to encourage others, especially new players, to get into it and start spending their money that way. That way, again, they can be the ones to go ahead and support the platform, support everything. It doesn't always have to be on members of the Mayo Gang, especially longtime players, because we know, right, it can get very difficult sometimes. We're not always going to pressure. We're not going to pressure like the regulars to continue spending money. Obviously, we want you guys to do it because we are a business. We want your business. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, we tell people all the time, encourage the newbies to spend their hard-earned shekels through us. All us Asian got extra money. I need to start standing on a corner selling my bruh, what the fuck? Type A Mark 12 308. Absolutely bussin', Prime Tech. It's Lunar New Year. Yeah, hell yeah it is. Hell yeah it is. I know everyone's getting those red envelopes for sure. Mark 1 in Mayo cream skin. That sounds disgusting. Purple and, no purple and green colorways. No purple and green colorways. None for you. Not for you. Gen 4 body is better than Specna. Insert model. Scrolling up. Ramsar Armin XCR GBR. It would be kind of cool to see that, just for shits and giggles, for shiggles, if you will, to see that as a GBR. Draw me like one of your French guns. That's hilarious. Oh yeah, should be caught up. It's going down. Most recent ones. If even a jackal can be made, then there's hope for the dude. I want that to be a gun so bad. I do a crazy things for. All right, moving on. I know RPG. You what? Who doesn't want to go? Okay, all right, moving on. The Mexican rifle, dude. Yeah, Primetech hat. Yeah, that is 100%. It's the Mexican, not G36. It's the Mexican, not G36. It's the cartel slayer, bro. That thing is cool, bro. I love that gun. I would love to see that. Or at the very least, like if someone were to make a 3D print kit out there for G36s to be turned into that, I'd like it. I'd like that. What the fuck? I love any gun. I'll get one on a Mayo M4. What the fuck am I reading, bro? What is this chat turned into, bro? Y'all a bunch of degents, I swear. But yeah, no, Primetech, you know where my heart lies. If I could get that in Airsoft, I'd be a happy boy. I'd be a very, very happy boy. Because I would love to do Mexican like Airsoft kit. That would be amazing. That'd be sick. But man, that's some weird camos they're rocking with, dude. That's some crazy stuff they got going on there. And I don't know too much about it. I've seen the gun and I've seen several different loadouts, like the Mexican Marines, for example. But I don't know enough about the structure. I don't know enough about the overall kits. And I'd really have to look up some like photos too, some reference pics to see what I could actually like, what I could put together, maybe, you know? Who knows, man? I might be able to do it. It'd be cool if I showed up to MSW with that as well, with that loadout in mind. That'd be hilarious. I'm like the one Mexican like special forces like LARPerator that just doesn't speak that well Spanish, or I have like the most American accent when I speak it. There's a Romanian AK is Donkey Kong. Well, yes. I know it is, but man, why do they gotta call it that, bro? I know what you're talking about. The dongle grip, dude. I know what it is, but why do they call it that, bro? Why? If you don't come to Iron Horse, I'll be the big sad. Iron Horse? Okay, you know, when is Iron Horse? Let's see. American Milsim Iron Horse. Iron Horse. When is this one? Come in. Loading. Events. Let's see here. This is gonna be Marshall's AMS. Southern Front. That's Texas and Sanger, Texas. The other ones. Isn't there a mouse that I can use to? I think those are the only two that are alive right now. Oh yeah, all events. Yeah, let's go here. All events. Let's see here. Is that Colorado? What is Georgia? I'm not sure. 1861. Let's see here. So Iron Horse. Georgia? Ain't no way I'm gonna make it to Georgia, bro. Ain't no fucking way. That's a bit much. Also, that's literally my brother's birthday. I'm gonna be real. I for sure will not be making Iron Horse. I'm so sorry that I'm gonna be making you the big sad. Yeah, that's my brother's birthday. So I'm gonna be celebrating it with him. Copperhead though in Playas, New Mexico, I could probably swing that. I could probably make a whole like trip out of that with my buddy Nate and maybe Brewer, Dark Tree. You know, if MSW seems a little too intimidating, not to worry. We'll do AMS. It's a little bit easier to get into. I can attest to that. Not as I don't want to say demanding, because it is physically demanding, can be still at times too, but it's not as, it's definitely more, how's the best way I can describe it? It'd be a lot easier of an experience. I promise it'll be a lot easier of an experience, and it's really fun. Like, it's really, really fun. I had so much fun at this last one, and everyone seems to say that Copperhead is literally the Super Bowl for Airsoft, so like, fuck yeah, I would totally want to go ahead and do it. 100%. But yeah, I'll probably be doing that one. I could swing that one. I could swing that one for sure. Thoughts on Gurren Lagann? Dude, I grew up watching Gurren Lagann, dude. That was my shit. Dude, I had to, like, back in the day, whenever you wanted to watch anime back, like, in my time, and no one uploaded the episodes in dub into YouTube, so I had to go to kissanime.com, bro. It was sketchy as fuck, but you know what? I was able to watch all of it. I was so hyped, and to this day, there are not many shows that will reach the same level as hype as Gurren Lagann does. Gurren Lagann is a fucking classic, and everyone, especially if you're in like, if you love shonen or if you love like mecha or you just want something that just gets your blood pumping, Gurren Lagann is fucking awesome. It's freaking sick. AMS is definitely more forgiving. Yeah, I would say, you know what? I'll say that. For more forgiving. Georgia, that time of year, it's fucking brutal. I imagine, too. I didn't even think about the weather, but you're absolutely right. You're down? Hell yeah. Absolutely. What is it? Pancho Villa. Quesadilla. I see what's going on here. Thinking more mafioso. What the fuck? Mexican military, not Mexican revolutionary, hermano. Big ass bijote, dressed like a vaquero. That's your Mexican military fit, bruh. That's that classic drip. You come in MSW Insurgency or Zone 37? I know at one point I probably would do Insurgency between the two if I had to pick one. I would have to double check when Insurgency is, as long as it's not in November, because November I am indisposed. November I will be planning. I am full wedding mode. I cannot take a break for that, because wedding comes first. As much as I love Airsoft, this is a once in a lifetime thing that I'm going to be doing, and I will probably be prioritizing spending time with my soon to be wife, and hanging out with the family, because it's destination wedding. Like I said, we're going to Oaxaca, Mexico. And we're going to be celebrating. We're going to be doing a whole week exploring the entire city, exploring the entire area. I'm going to be doing a bunch of crazy shit, like doing mezcal tasting, mole making classes, going to museums, maybe even going to clubs with my wife, right? And getting our dance on. It's going to be fucking sick. It's going to be fucking cool. And then, of course, the food. We're going to be so fat when we come back. It's not even going to be funny. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be absolutely. A quesadilla. Great show in my opinion. Ross's name is the only reason it's not mine. My favorites. Hated him, dude. I hated him as well. When that whole arc of him trying to take power and put Simone and the rest of the guys in jail, I fucking hated that guy. I wanted to punch him. So when Simone and the rest of the crew show up and save the day from his dumbass decision making, I was like, this is so satisfying. Broken Home was worse. Memorial Day weekend in Oklahoma, brutal heat. Ugh, terrible. Happy wife is a happy life, brother. Yeah, congrats again. Dude, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Hopefully you can pull through Brewer and Darkshire. I know I sent the invite to you for that thing that's coming up. Hopefully you guys can pull through. But yeah, no, thank you for the congrats, dude. It's been a long time. It's been, oh my God, it's literally going to be 13 years. 13 years together. And you know what's funny? The wedding date is one day. Our wedding date right now is November 17th. So, but here's the thing. November 18th is our actual anniversary for when we got together. We got together in 2013, in senior year of high school. I've known her since junior year, but we got together in senior year, officially. Got together in November 18th, 2013. So when we wake up November 18th, 2026, later on this year, it will be as a married couple for the first time. So it'll be very, very interesting. Thank you. I've been watching it, and the second I saw him, I got pissed off, dude. Fucking same. I fucking hate that guy. Thanks, man. Thanks, absolutely. What invite? I told Seabass my birthday party. Ask Seabass about my birthday party. You'll know what I'm talking about. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for tonight's live stream. Guys, again, we have a giveaway happening this Thursday, and we have a very special live stream that Bossman and Boaz will be hosting this Thursday as well beforehand. So make sure that you guys are getting your orders in, spreading the word around as much as possible. So again, make sure that we are on that as well. Again, I appreciate every single one of you guys' views. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like on the live stream. I greatly appreciate it. Everything that you guys do to support the channel directly supports myself. It keeps the cameras rolling, the lights on, and the giveaways coming. So make sure that we keep doing that and keep growing the community of Airsoft. Again, I appreciate every single one of you guys for taking the time out of your busy schedules to hang out with myself and the rest of the community. Hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you all on Thursday. Don't miss out on the special live stream. Have yourselves a wonderful